Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.
The UNGA week is crucial for every US president. While other world leaders are guests, the US president is at home. He is the undeclared host, or in Joe Biden's case, the embattled host. Things are not looking good in the US. The Wuhan virus is back with a vengeance. There is a migrant crisis at the border. Allies are second-guessing Biden's leadership, and his legislative agenda is at a dead end. As I said, embattled. Let's start with the Wuhan virus. Here's what Joe Biden said on the 4th of July, almost 80 days back. Today, we are closer than ever to declaring our independence from a deadly virus. It was a big moment for President Biden. He was hosting a party at the White House. There were fireworks in the backdrop. Talk about a premature celebration. Let me show you the situation 3 months on. Daily deaths have reached 2,000 again. Every day, 2,000. 99% of the cases are the Delta variant. The fourth wave is well and truly here. What about vaccinations? More bad news on that front. Anti-vaxxers are dominating the narrative in the US. A new poll says 28% Americans do not plan to get vaccinated. That's more than a quarter of the population, 28%. What is Joe Biden's strategy? Vaccine mandates. He's making it mandatory for large businesses to vaccinate their employees. It's a good move. Just one problem. The Republicans are not on board. Big states like Florida and Texas are already challenging the mandate. They say it is presidential overreach. Biden's challenge number 2, the migrant crisis. These pictures are from Del Rio, Texas. Thousands of migrants have gathered here. They've crossed rivers. They've walked dozens of kilometers, evaded border patrol, and have now pitched their tents at the border. Most of them are Haitians. They say life is impossible back home in Haiti, so they have come to the border in search of the American dream. And what does the Biden administration do? Expel them.
We are working around the clock to expeditiously move migrants out of the heat elements and from underneath this bridge to our processing facilities in order to quickly process and remove individuals from the United States consistent with our laws and our policies.
How generous of them. Away from the heat and back to poverty in their homeland. The fact is, Biden has a moral obligation to help these people. The US spent decades destabilizing Central America. The CIA plotted coups and assassinated elected leaders. So these people are fleeing the hell that America created. Challenge number 3, unhappy allies. The list is getting longer. France has recalled its ambassador to Washington, D.C. They're calling the AUKUS partnership a betrayal.
There have been lies, there has been duplicity, there has been a major break of trust, there has been contempt. So it's not going to be well between us, not at all. That means there is a crisis. And at that point, there's first a symbolic aspect, meaning we are recalling our ambassadors to try to understand, but also to show our former partner countries that we have very strong discontent, really a serious crisis between us.
Remember, France is America's oldest ally. Dumping them in public was always a bad idea, and now Biden is frantically trying to patch things up. He's scheduled to speak with President Macron this week. But the damage is already done. Plus, this is not an isolated incident. Allies do not think that Biden is the man for the job. Here's what former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Facebook.
You know, Bennett met with Biden.
I heard that Biden was very attentive at this meeting. He dropped his head in agreement.
Netanyahu may be out of power, but that doesn't mean that he's out of the reckoning, and it doesn't make it any better for Joe Biden. A key ally is publicly ridiculing him. He's saying that Biden dozed off during a meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister, Naftali Bennett. Now, Reuters has apparently fact-checked this claim, and they say that Biden was not actually sleeping. But the Sleepy Joe tag seems to have stuck. Even Elon Musk is having a go at him. You know things are not going well when an eccentric billionaire is taking shots at you. Challenge number 4, a domestic deadlock. Joe Biden is pushing a $3.5 trillion spending plan. His entire presidency rests on this funding. His climate agenda, his infrastructure plan, and his social security proposals. But passing this will not be easy. Even Democratic senators say the plan is too lavish. add gun laws and abortion, and you have a deadlocked Congress. Joe Biden promised bipartisanship and unity. Yet America is more polarized than ever. So Joe Biden's UNGA debut will not be a smooth ride. Allies are demanding answers, migrants are amassing at the border, and his campaign promises look like a distant dream at the moment. Can this embattled president take charge of the world? Is Biden's UNGA dream over before it began? We'll track this story throughout the week for you. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.